Hey everybody, Mobile Reader here. Uh, got pranked. I just recorded a video like an hour ago. I felt like it was just for fun video, basically. And now they're dumping the seasonal patch notes on us here. I don't know why they chose such a weird font. Sure, like whatever. So, voice might be a little sore. I just read for like an hour and a half. Alright, buckle up, Lunarinos. Season 47 is shooting for the star. Mhm. As the spooky vibes fade, we'll be wrapping up the Halloween House of Horrors takeover. The final two Quackbusters join in the fray. Mayhem doesn't start there. I'll also be closing the Monarchy team. It's arrival of final member released right after the takeover. So, not getting screwed on Cosmic Journeys this week. Meanwhile, our mission to rework older common tunes continues. In last season's patch, we spoke about our plan to provide new players with reliable starter teams that showcase core combat fundamentals through simpler mechanics. Okay, that's not at all how you explained it last time. That does make sense, at the very least. The farm rework is now complete and they are in the game. We'll be turning our attention to the astronauts this season. Find the reworks down below. To be honest, they may not be the final version, subject to change. It's a classic caveat to that one. So they're not explorers anymore, but they are astronauts. They could sub-theme it. I would kind of like if they sub-themed it, but whatever. They hate fun, I get it. Stats. I'm doing the super speed run this time. Since does less damage, but gains attack up. This move is a warm up now, which I mean, they do. So it does a little more damage, inflicts some debuffs, and does also have a cooldown reduction, which is nice. And does extra damage to hitting things. So it's largely the same. It's just an extra speed down to defense down. It's stapled onto it. Once per turn, every team performs a dodge. That seems like a very dodge-centric team, which does make sense for the tank it has. Presumably astronaut Celeste, I guess at it. Wow! Whoa! Astronauts! This is one of the astronaut teams using the astronaut team. Here's this is four commons, or how this is like gonna work. It's Sylvester, it's Hector, it's Granny. Like Starseeker's not available. She's whatever. I guess they could use Martian bugs. That really fits the vibe, but he's a space themed tune. So the buff exploded now debuffs instead. Well, let's turn meter removal in arena. Okay. This is a pretty blanket dodge chance thing going on. So yeah. Astronaut teams plus 20% dodge chance and heal for 20% max health and another form of dodge. Pretty clear cut. Do the theme passive. I could make my point again before they have theme passes, but I get it. I'm feeling pigeonholed and using the whole team. I don't really know if they would care. Okay, he's switched from Cloak and Dagger to Well Fed. I'm not sure why Well Fed. Like, I guess it works. It's just health instead of speed. So same deal. Astronaut Celester. I get some more numbers. Let's see, okay. So does less damage, but he gains defense up and heals for attack rather than life steal. It's interesting. I guess 75% less is kind of a lot. basic. Um, it's curious that's just not lifesteal at all anymore. Yeah, they deal like 25% max health healing out of basic would be absurd, but you know, I don't know. It does not seem like the greatest in terms of science, but maybe they're designing to be used like slippery oil. Just look at me, remember the oil rework works. Still have the heal dodge chance thing. It's turn meter when they dodge, which is good, and this is a dodge champ, they would want that. But you know, this is a cooldown reduction. It's nice. You don't want this is a one turn taunt on a three turn cooldown. That's just silly. That's yeah, not the present standard. So then two defense down, it's an attack down and a defense down. Sure, I guess. Taunt and defense out, which is good. And then there's a little Flozzle taunt. Just classic. This skill seems to work about the same. Phrasing changed, but against a defensive, so three attack out, which makes sense. It's not exactly an offensive character. It's the tank. It's not like meant to be defensive. Okay, sort of same sweep. Oh no. So let's do the beam attack. Warm up cooldown changes. Uh, it does steal stat up now, plus, but generally it's the same. And then it can remove turn meter if he has enough stat up, which he probably will. I think it's 3 every time he dodges. So it's hamster, the general stat buffs the team will grant. Yeah, it turns up on the basic, one on the taunt, etc., etc. So his dodge. Yeah, so once per turn, a team member performs a dodge, so you'll also be spitting out buffs. Space Explorer Granny, sort of same sort of deal. So it's a 3 tap basic, inflicts speed down. This is Son of the Big Kaboom. It's nice because it didn't even do anything before. Introduced taunt internet noise. I'm not exactly to the warm up, but at the same time, like I get where they're coming from. It does a lot of damage. 160 is a pretty good multiplier in today's day and age. It's about the same. This little cleanse action going on. It doesn't do the cooldown reset, but it does do. But instead gives. I guess it's not exactly a guaranteed crit, but it's in there. Um, yeah, I was just, lost my train of thought. Yeah, so it has a so it's the guaranteed crit. Maybe I could deny on you, but still. Teammate forms a dodge. This okay, so it gains turn meter. If that team member is an astronaut ally, grant them 10% turn meters. Interesting. So in theory, you could slot this into any dodge champion. Archaeologists, I guess. I don't know if you really would. Let's say Clockbusters artists. There's maybe a little list at it, but pretty little. plug and play, and especially if you also give the Daji Balaji thing. I think oil, right? I literally just looked at it. Like this combined with oil dodges gets hit for 20% turn meter. It's less than natural turn meter generation. And I'm looking at the bottom here. At the end of each of tune's turns, if it's hidden against 20% turn meter. It's like Granny takes a turn, like bada boop or use the bazooka boot or something. And the 20% turn meter gets hit with an AoE then a turn, taking 20 more percent turn meter. So that's not bad. It seems like a tune you could cycle turns with pretty easily. But it's nice. It seems like Strike Granny here would be somewhat useful. Nice Prowler, which does make sense. Spamming hidden. Some sort of theme pass. Okay, so they are in fact using Martian bugs. Sure, makes sense. It's against the team speed up instead of speed down. Hang on, does this team have a support? Hmm. I think it doesn't. I guess it's sort of just three. It's a tank and three offensive teams. Which makes sense that they're using Martian bugs for it, but yes. No sense that they're like archaeologists support. I mean, I guess it doesn't really work. It's like a whole team of a common refurbished, but you could release a new rare right into Atomize because it's something if we really wanted to. Just saying. It's on the table. I guess this just has an added arena passes, otherwise the same. Damage on this is at a pretty good amount, and now is the part that inflicts the speed down. Sure, I guess he's think very attacker-like to decrease the enemy's offense. And they can also have the hidden, which auto triggers if he's with an astronaut ally. Okay. So I guess I guess also combined with the dodge chance heals, that's how they're getting around it. It also has Prowler. Not even that good of an effect. Hmm. Okay, while this tune remains in battle, all astronaut team members have plus 50% life steal, so that's how they're trying to get around it. And while this tune is hidden or is incapacitated, uh, not incapacitated, whenever team member performs a dodge, deal 50% damage to the attacking enemy. So sort of a light jester bugs. It's like, you hit me. But there's clausal. He has to be, he can't be stunned and he has to be hidden. But still, that's not bad. I mean, there's less clauses than they put on the Marvin Foot kill you beam. That's like that's a little extra to do that. But where I mean, I haven't tried Huntsman. I don't think it exactly affects them being good. Like some of the Prowler did. And it's not even a little right. Yeah, very, very convenient set of Those changes. It's Prowler team. 20% attack and speed. It could be a little better because I am following my stat math. Something like um yeah, strength is plus 30 and something, homing strike here, for example. It's plus 15. It's an added effect, right? So generally how these work is because I really don't even know. I have no idea how to describe this. Well, no, yes, I do. The point is, this is a little under for something that is colossal. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can make the argument, like, essentially, is if we're trying to think about it the way I'm thinking about it, normal boost is 30 for something like a strength tick. So for the effect of 10% speed, basically, because you have 10% less attack. Okay, I'm treating it as a transfer. Obviously, speed and attack aren't exactly equal stats, but they're there. Um, so like the point I'm getting is it's underpowered. It could be a little better, but yeah. I mean, they'll probably still be fine. I mean, I do think the healing is going to be a sore spot for him, especially since our dodge chain. Like you can combo just stun him and go to town on one guy. But I guess that's the weakness of all dodge chains, in fact. You're not baby brawlers, but you know. And then it's astronauts. Basically, anything's an improvement. But, okay, so that is the extent of the patch notes. I mean, it's patch notes. They're cool and all. Okay, I'm gonna make this point again in his relation to the video I just recorded. The last time we've gotten a roadmap, I couldn't even tell you. It feels like 3 years ago, like back when they made the R&D changes. Look at that thing. There's a search here. Truthfully, yeah, like it's kind of like not much of anything really. It's like incredibly marginal changes. When they changed the punching amount, which is like nice. Get me wrong, but so like I said, it's like a similar plans for R&D to close the loop. They ain't changed shit in R&D in like 3 years. Unless they did it in the handgun, I don't remember. Yeah, that's literally just like they announced the hand, they announced the takeover, and they did like a couple of changes. Like they did some marginal arena changes, a couple of war changes. I don't think the war escalation is not even a system. I don't think. I don't remember. But I mean, the conversion rate was a nice benefit. And like, that was like changes to safes, which were kind of helpful a little bit. I mean, I to this day still don't care about 1045, 1048. Not that it's bad changes or anything, it's scaling, but there's no reason to. There's a whole other thing. There's like some sort of permanent better way. Or hell, even if they just change the brawl, it'd be more fun. I get it. You know what? It's a cat. I'm releasing the video. Back when before I took my like 4 month break from playing this game, I had drafted a video of a lady who left Mayhem Pass, whatever. Everyone was pissed. Yeah, I was one of the pissed people, don't get me wrong. But I remember. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, well, progressive is this advanced English language thing we talk about. Y'all want feedback. I was gonna give them feedback. Whole video, I was top to bottom the entire game. Be like, change that, change that, change that, and do this, and make a lot of sense. Never really got around to it. But you know what? Somebody's got to say something because they don't. At the very least, there are people who do care that they are not doing a good job making the impression that they do. So, a mobile rager, that's all, folks. But you'll be seeing me again soon, especially if I post the other video or record.